Hello, welcome back to Aluminum Tarot. This is going to be a reading for Leo for the month of May 2024. What we'll be doing is covering the general energies ruling this particular time in your life and talking about some of the lessons coming from those. So thanks for joining as well. If you like these readings, please be sure to give a like, share, and subscribe. Ding the notification bell so that you don't miss any of the future updates from the channel. I will keep the content going as best as possible. And also, if you would like a free personal reading, one that is attuned to your personal energies, feel free to reach out at the information in the description box below, as well as in the main description box. We're going to go ahead, cover the general energies. I'm going to be using the Steampunk Tarot. This is absolutely one of my favorite decks. And we're going to go ahead and peer into Leo's energies, see what's going on, and take it from there. So, that said, let's get started. Okay. Oh no. Leo, what's going on in your life? So if you got any Taurus in your chart, we have obviously been going through the Taurus season, so shout out to all of my Muku people. We will also go through the moon in Taurus. Cards are shuffling a little bit difficult for you today, Leo, so I'm wondering what's happening here. We're probably going to get some very interesting cards. Try to shuffle it a little bit lighter so I don't damage the cards any more than I have done, which is the reason why I have to buy multiple cards. I tend to be a bit rough with the deck. Leo, help me out here. 2 more. So while I shuffle these, I basically had my 3rd May celebration for my solar return, aka birthday. I had a nice, happy motorbike trip up to Northumberland, which was Durham and further up, Newcastle on Tyne. I had a lovely time, beautiful scenery, lovely food, brilliant people. I highly recommend you visit that. So, let's go. Current energies for Leo, May 2024. Current energies for Leo, May 2024. Okay, what's that? Wow, this card just came out for Aries, but yours is in the reverse. Challenge. This also came out for Aries. So this is in your challenge, and recent past. Come on. Recent past. Ace of Swords. 10 of Swords in reverse. Near future. Future. My goodness, you're getting all the same cards as Aries. So if you have Aries in your chart or you're dealing with an Aries, please look at the Aries reading. Not to sell it to you, but I mean, all the same cards that I had for Aries are coming out again with Leo. And this normally shows that there are 2 energies that are intertwined on this. Definitely go check that out. What's at the core? What's at the core? What's at the core? What's at the core? Again, I'm shuffling these cards quite a bit. Same cards coming up for Leo. That came out for Aries, but in different positions. It's known. Known. Okay. what is known. It's the final outcome. Same cards, but in the reverse. All right, same cards. I don't. Okay, let's break this down. Okay, so we have at the bottom of the deck, we have the Lady of Submersibles, who is the Queen of Cups. Aries reading had the Queen of Wands. So this is a person that is focused a bit more on their emotions, but can be emotionally manipulative or have porous boundaries in the way that they give to people. And so Leo, if you're overgiving, that's one thing. Or if you're becoming emotionally manipulative, that's something you might want to keep in mind. Or if you're dealing with someone that's doing that to you, also keep that in mind. So for you, your current energies are basically the Nine of Swords in the reverse. So you're getting out of your head, out of a very difficult situation that you have felt stuck in. Because the Nine of Swords typically shows like energies of people who are basically distraught. And you can see in this person here, his ship is going down in flames. So he's obviously quite pissed about that. And the Queen of Swords actually is the challenge here. So, I mean, if we looked at it in one way, you're now getting out of your head because you're becoming a bit more discriminating in the things that you do, but you're also becoming a bit more rational and fair. This is the Libran card. Some would say Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but it's typically associated with Libra, dealing with fairness in the way that information is presented to you. So that said, I see you trying to come back into balance mentally when it comes to these types of things. You have the Nine of Swords, and then you have the Queen of Swords. That's the Ten of Swords reversed, which you also have in your past energy, which is interesting because you have the Ten of Swords, and then you have the Ace of Swords. So you have a lot of Swords energy permeating throughout this. You even have a Page of Swords and a Five of Swords. So if you have strong Libra, Gemini, Aquarius in your chart, please go look at those readings when those come out. I'm almost certain that many of the information that you see in that, or much of the information that you see in that, will overlap with these specific readings. So we're going to break down some of this a little bit. Coming out of your head, and you're also becoming a bit more discriminating. Maybe one of the things that's happening in your case is potentially a divorce, because the Queen of Swords is a divorcee, or someone who has been who's been through some things, as they would say sometimes. So she's the fool me once, shame on me, fool me twice, ain't gonna get fooled again, as a wise man once said, who was running the presidency in the United States. And I do use wise in quotation marks. Anyways, we're not going to get political today, but let's just say probably the most brilliant thing that he said. Meme worthy. In the recent past, you had the Ten of Swords reverse and the Ace of Swords. So you're realizing that the worst of this situation is over with, and that you are now using that Ace of Swords to cut out what no longer serves you, thereby releasing you from a betrayal that you experienced in the past. Ten of Swords normally indicates a betrayal. It also indicates the end of a cycle. Now, Ten of Swords in reverse means that you're getting over that cycle. You're using the Ace of Swords, the thing that must be grasped, to give yourself clarity of wisdom and judgment, to cut out the feelings of hurt, pain, and sorrow from the past. So that Queen of Swords is wielding that sword, which is the Ace of Swords. Same with Justice, wielding that moment of clarity in order to keep things fair and balanced. So considering that, we can look a little bit into what was causing that betrayal. What caused the betrayal in the past? What caused the betrayal in the past? Okay. Six of Wands. This is the Six of Wands card. If I ask what caused the betrayal in the past, and we get the Six of Wands, then that indicates we need to clarify that. Clarify the Six of Wands. Four of Wands. Give me a little bit more. Six of Wands, Four of Wands. It's the Ten of Wands together. And we were just speaking about Libra, and we now have Justice. We were just speaking about Justice, and we now have Justice. So, with the Six of Wands, the Four of Wands in reverse. No, the Six of Wands, the Four of Wands, and then the Justice card, you have definitely been in a marriage or a contract, something legal, some legal process where you thought you had everything. It was the most charming, it was very, it made you feel complete. Six of Wands normally indicates getting a lot of attention. It indicates admiration, success, celebration in the accomplishment or achievement or victory over something. That it comes after the Five of Wands, which is basically a long, arduous struggle, or at least conflict and a little bit of chaos. And then you have the Four of Wands, which comes before the conflict. And that is the peace and the stability that you build within a home situation, and also another celebratory card. It indicates building something of stability, entering into a new phase. It's kind of the 1111 card, which allows you to pass through the conduit, which then goes into the very thing that you have achieved. So you're missing, in sequential order, you're missing the Five of Wands, which would indicate the conflict and chaos, which I think came later for some reason, because in the future you have the Devil, Cyborg as it's known in this deck. And then for this Brazen Head is Libra. It's the Justice card. And for you, what it signifies to me is, now she's using a virtual reality helmet, which I really like virtual reality. It's fun stuff. And what she's doing is there's a feather floating downwards, indicating the element air. And I'm assuming with this VR helmet, what she's doing is controlling the hive mind in the distance. Maybe this is a large AI component, which has kind of the totality of information within a specific data set. So Justice typically has all of the wisdom in order to make a sound and rational decision. And then we also have the Queen of Swords here, which is another Libra card. So if you have Libra in your chart, that's probably likely the sign that you would see within this particular reading. In the past, you had it all. I'm hearing Rolling in the Deep in my head from Adele, and could it had it all, rolling in the deep, but you played it to the beat. And it seems like that's happening, because that's the burden that you're giving up. Interestingly enough, we have the Six of Wands, and then we have the Four of Wands. And that creates a Ten of Wands. If you subtract, it creates a Two of Wands. So it's a relationship, or it was a particular agreement between people, contract even. So if it could even relate to work, where you thought you had absolutely everything, but over time it created a burden due to what's taking place in the future, which is the Cyborg or the Devil. The Devil is also a contract card. It's kind of like the shadow side of the Lovers. We both have two beings joined together by a figure in the middle. It's kind of like a greater form of the Two of Cups, where you're agreeing to share your cup with someone with the caduceus in the middle. And with the cyborg or the devil in the future, what you're moving into is that this once great relationship that you share with someone is now moving into a toxic cesspit of an agreement. So you're going from justice to injustice, basically. You're going from justice to the devil. Clarify the devil, please. Clarify the devil, please, Spirit. Wow, okay. So I don't know how many cards I have pulled from this deck for the Leo reading that I'm now pulling for the, well, that I pulled from the Aries reading that I'm now pulling for the Leo reading. I got the devil. I got the five of swords. I had the Queen of Swords. I had the Nine of Swords. I had at one point the Nine of Cups. We have the Seven of Cups coming right back out. Definitely go watch the Aries reading. You may be even dealing with an Aries because their card came out in the Aries reading as well. So moving from the past, letting go of this burden, you're now moving into the devil and the Seven of Cups. This is extreme toxicity and confusion. So say, for instance, you leave someone and that person then begins to threaten you, begins to create issues behind the scenes, sabotage your social media. They then cause drama into your life. And, you know, sometimes people would say that Leos, you know, enjoy a bit of drama, but probably not in this case. I see this person that, or the situation that you've left behind now creating even more chaos. Clarify the devil and the Seven of Cups. Yeah. Page of Wands in the reverse. This is a person who's pretty much an immature twat and enjoys riling people up, creating a bit of chaos. It could mean that there's no communication, but because you have the devil and the Seven of Cups, it can indicate one of two things. Either it's driving you crazy that you're not receiving any messages from this person, or this person's immaturity is creating a toxic environment for you, which is causing even more confusion. I almost get like Mars in the 12th house vibes from this, because you have Capricorn card and then you have, you know, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio from this. This indicate it's like the devil's almost like looking into this new house, this 12th house, this hidden realm right here. So for me, it seems like a person who acts behind your back, who's a bit surreptitious and who creates problems for you behind everything that's taken place. What we know at the core of what's taking place in May is that we have the Nine of Cups and the King of Wands. This is very good because what it indicates to me is that, you know, you're no longer in a situation where you're at the mercy of someone else. You are completely emotionally content on your own. Maybe not even self-indulgent, but I also see the King of Wands, who's a person who's a take charge type person. They go and get what they want. So I see this is very good energy. This shows a person who's both emotionally content being by themselves and also happy to do their own thing by themselves, and who is capable of achieving their goals and ambitions in life. That's at the core of all of this. However, what's already known, we have the suspension tank, which is the Hangman in this deck, in the reverse. And then we have the Page of Swords in the reverse. I almost feel like, and I'll clarify this, I almost feel like a person that you are dealing with wants to keep you stuck, will not let you go, and refuses to communicate in a mature manner. This is just popping into my head. when you have the hangman in the reverse, it could be getting out of a stuck situation, but it can also be refusing to see things from another perspective, which is what the hangman is clearly trying to do. That's what the Pisces in the hangman does. It's the realm in which we are forced to reflect on our life and forced to reflect on the past, which is what Pisces does and which is what the hangman does. And in an uncomfortable situation, it seems, in order to get a fresh perspective on life. And when you refuse to do that with this card in the reverse, it's almost like you're refusing to see the light. Page of Swords is also someone who learns, and it's a student. So the Page of Swords in reverse is a person who's refusing to learn lessons from the past. And I feel like that person is, I don't know if it's you. We'll clarify. Is this Leo or is this someone Leo's dealing with? Leo upright, someone else reverse. Leo upright, someone else reverse. Someone else. So we have the High Priestess. So that's a Cancer or a Pisces person in the midst. We also have another Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio card, which is the Navigator of Submersibles or the Knight of Cups. So this is a person that you did love, but it seems to me that when you were in love with this person, you didn't listen to your intuition, which is what the High Priestess in reverse refers to. It's failing to listen to your intuition when dealing with someone. You casually just went to this person in order to, have a relationship. It can mean that a person is also fickle as well. But what I get here from the overall energy is a person who fails to listen to their higher self, or has their higher self blocked because of the love relationship that they were in. Now, that said, that's what you know already. However, deep within, you're a person who is capable of being completely independent and on your own. Not to be fiercely independent where you're just pushing people away, but you do have enough emotional fulfillment and contentment to face this issue without worrying about running back to this person, I would believe. So, in the end of all of this, we have the Five of Swords, we have the Apprentice or the Fool reverse, we have the Hierophant reverse. So, I don't know where I've got pictures of like Vladimir Lenin in my head where he talks about a long and protracted struggle. But in this reading here, you have the Five of Swords. That's obviously conflict, winning at all cost. And because we're dealing with more air, I would say it's related to the other issues here, which is the horologer, the Hierophant in the reverse. That could indicate trying to receive a divorce or to extricate yourself from a legal matter, which was the Brazen Head in the past. Now making the full separation in the future. Maybe the energies of May see you moving more towards extricating yourself from anything legally tying you to this person, legally binding, whether that's the marriage, division of assets, prenuptial agreements, any of that kind of thing. You also have in the middle of this, the Apprentice, number 0. And this is the beginning of the Major Arcana. And you have 2 number 5s here as well. So we're going to break this down. You have the Five of Swords, indicating struggle, conflict, winning at all costs, doing whatever it takes to get out of it. You have the Apprentice reverse, which is the Fool, not taking any major risk and approaching something with a lot of distrust, or failing to make that leap forward. And then you have the Horologer reverse, which is the marriage card. In the reverse, it can indicate a person who is rebelling, or it can indicate a person who is exiting a relationship. So if I put the 3 of these 2 together, I would just say, like, you're getting the hell out, getting out of Dodge, as they call it, and making sure that you leave no stone unturned, when you fight to leave this particular relationship. You want your freedom. At the very core of all of this, you want your independence and your self-sufficiency back. But one of the things that you're moving into, if this is a divorce, then you are going to put up with a massive struggle, a long and protracted struggle with this person, if you haven't already done so already. And it's going to test your patience. It's going to test your limits. You are dealing with an immature, childlike person, or childish person, I should say. And one of the reasons why is that maybe in the beginning they charmed you, and you felt that you had the one, as seen here in the past. You married, or you signed the contract. If this was a job circumstance, for example, you thought you had all the attention and the admiration from people. You thought that you were making a level up. You sign this new contract, and say, for example, your job then all of a sudden starts doing things that are extremely toxic, working you to death, making it very confusing, threatening you with parts of the contract, which the devil is in the details, which is a contractual agreement. The terms and conditions of that agreement. They're being very immature, cutting with their words all of a sudden. The success that you thought you had in the past now really doesn't resonate, and you're feeling like, what the hell did I get myself into? And so what you're feeling now is that you are ready to move away from the chaos that this agreement, this work contract has brought you. And the Hierophant reverse is almost like a breaking of that contract. Sometimes if you have the Apprentice or you have the Fool in the reverse, the Fool takes a leap into something. The Fool in the reverse, I would say, gets out of it as quickly as possible as well, because they know that they have kind of learned their lesson. So Leo, wishing you the best of luck on this. I hope that everything works out for you. Whether this is a marriage, whether this is a legally binding contract with someone, or whether this is a work situation, it's gonna get challenging, but lo and behold, you will have some success in this. Get out as quickly as possible. That's all I'm going to say for this one. Thanks so much for joining. This has been Aluminum Tarot. This has been the reading for Leo for the month of May. If you like these readings, please be sure to give a like, share, and subscribe. Ding the notification bell so that way you don't miss any of the messages or the future postings for this YouTube channel. Also, if you like a personal reading, please be mindful of the information in the description box or the main box for this channel, and you can arrange and organize an inquiry for me, and I can get back to you to read your energies, specifically tuned for you. Also, please be aware of scammers. Don't really want to say too much on that, but you know who they are. Thanks so much. Until then, love and light. Next time.